Hi, I'm Eric Voss, and Avengers Infinity War left us with a lot of questions, a lot of them beginning with the word why. For example, spoiler warning, why erase Spider-Man and Black Panther when they're clearly gonna be the next stars of the MCU? Why fuss so much over destroying Vision's Mind Stone if Thanos could just rewind their efforts with the Time Stone anyway? Why is Gamora? I mean, that's really the central question. Anyway, one big question that we've been asking is who specifically survived and who faded into dust when Thanos snapped his fingers? Now, we saw which of the main Marvel heroes weren't feeling so good, but what about all the wonderful supporting characters off screen? Well, recently the directors, the Russo brothers, revealed the fates of many of those other major MCU characters. So let's run through what we now know and what this might tell us about the next Avengers movie. Okay, first let's look at the people in the world of Spider-Man, Peter Parker. The directors marked Aunt May as safe, but they said Ned Leeds, Peter's best friend, has an unknown fate that was too much of a spoiler to reveal. To me, this sounds like the next Avengers movie will check in with the grieving Aunt May, Tear, and if Ned Leeds faded away, someone like MJ could play a major role. Or if Ned is still alive, that whole spoiler status could refer to him playing an active role in the movie's story. Possibly, as I've suggested before, to try to use Peter's tech himself. Or to connect with Miles Morales, a character that was established in this universe in Spider-Man Homecoming. Donald Glover played Aaron Davis, Miles' uncle in the comics, and Aaron referenced his nephew in a scene.
I don't want those weapons in this neighborhood. I got a nephew who live here.
But let's move on and look at the supporting characters of Black Panther, T'Challa. The directors marked Nakia, Lupita Nyong'o's character, as safe, saying she was on an undercover mission during the events of Infinity War. Meanwhile, they've suggested that Shuri's fate was still a mystery that was too much of a spoiler to discuss. And again, as in the case with Ned, I think this suggests Shuri will play a very active role in Avengers 4 that's just too hard to talk about without spoiling anything. One idea is that she could pick up the Black Panther mantle with a vibranium suit of her own, which, yeah, is something that has happened in the comics. After all, guys, without T'Challa around, Wakanda and the world still needs someone to carry on the Black Panther name. And in my opinion, his sister, Shuri, is the best candidate. Okay, let's look at the supporting characters around Thor. What happened to all those oddballs from Ragnarok? Well, the Russos refused to reveal Korg and Meek's fates, but Marvel head Kevin Feige has said that he has big plans for them, so I think we can assume that they will return. And I think Valkyrie is in that same boat. In Infinity War, Thor told the Guardians that Thanos killed half of the Asgardian refugees, so I'm guessing that these three were in that safe half. I also think we should assume that Thanos' snap did not apply to the civilizations that he had already killed half of. Actually, it's possible that that is part of the Soul Stone's powers. Maybe Thanos could use it to identify which of the creatures across the universe to eliminate half of, and which that he already checked the box for. But interestingly, the Russos also said that Jane Foster's fate is too much of a spoiler to reveal, which is curious because Thor Ragnarok seemed to write Natalie Portman's character out of the series.
Sorry to hear that Jane dumped you.
She didn't dump me, you know. I dumped her. It's a mutual dumping.
So really saying anything about Jane Foster's fate suggests her name will come up again. Perhaps Thor will learn that she faded away in the snap wave, and that will further motivate his vengeance against Thanos. Maybe enough that he'll actually aim for the head this time. Meanwhile, the Russos confirmed that Lady Sif, who played major roles in the first Thor and Thor the Dark World, is gone. Now, she was away for the events of Thor Ragnarok. The actress was shooting a different TV show. Now, apparently, Lady Sif was among the half of the universe that faded. And by the way, the same goes for the Asgardian actor who played Loki in the play in Ragnarok. It was played by Matt Damon. He seemed to be feeling good about himself at the curtain call. Now, not feeling that good. And sadly, the same fate goes for Betty Ross, Bruce Banner's love interest, played by Liv Tyler in The Incredible Hulk. Now, a lot of the characters in that movie haven't really been in the picture now that the MCU has moved on with Mark Ruffalo, Bruce Banner, other than Betty's dad, old Thunderbolt Ross. But yeah, both Thor and Hulk lost the ex-girlfriends in the snap wave. Maybe they already moved on, but yeah, it's still an awkward thing for them to learn. Oh, damn, do I have to do anything? Sorry, I let her get away. And the Russos were also nice enough to let us know that Howard the Duck is still alive and well, for all the millions of fans asking. But there are still other characters whose fates we still don't know. Pepper Potts, I'm assuming, is still okay, given Gwyneth Paltrow's cryptic interview comments that have led some fans to speculate that Avengers 4 could begin with a time jump and a little Stark baby. But remember, there's also Happy Hogan, whose absence could be a personal motivating force for Tony to further want to avenge Thanos' genocide. We also have yet to see what will happen with Ant-Man, Scott Lang, and his related community, Hank Pym, Hope Van Dyne, and the original Wasp, Janet Van Dyne, as well as Scott's daughter, Cassie. Hopefully we'll see what happens to these folks when Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out in July. But we also know that Hawkeye, Clint Barton, will be returning in Avengers 4. Set photos showing his new look have suggested that he may have turned into the Ronin version of the character from the comics, which is more of a moody loner. There's one theory going around that's saying that he's going down that path because the people in his world, his wife, Laura, and their kids, could have tried tragically faded in that snap. Oh man, so dark. Just picture that. Haunted Punisher Hawkeye. The Barton farm littered with rage arrows. Darkness, infinity. A question for you guys, when it comes to these supporting characters, are you more excited to see them alive to help the fight against Thanos, or absent to make the surviving Avengers more motivated to fight harder? Comment with your thoughts down below, or you can tweet me directly at EAVoss or follow New Rockstars on Twitter for updates on our videos. Like and share this video and subscribe to New Rockstars for all of our deep dives into Avengers Infinity War in the MCU. And if you really like this channel, you can contribute to us on Patreon. Big thanks to all of our donors, especially William Holz. Thanks for watching. Bye.